What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. Welcome back to another match reaction. Um, I try to be positive all season. Even moments where things weren't good. But I brushed it aside. Time to be real again, and time to switch back to reality. Um, this team, or like whatever, is probably as bad as last season, if not worse, because they're not even solid. They're not even solid. They This was embarrassing. Like, this is probably one of the worst losses you will see in the last 3 years, maybe. And we lost to Maccabi, but the way we lost today is shocking. I have no idea what they have done for a week, because they have a week time to prepare for this game, and that's a product you put out on that pitch, and it's shocking. Individual wise, everything, like, it's just shocking. It's match day 5. You already dropped points at home to Bologna, and you got embarrassed by Sassuolo away from home. There's nothing positive. There's absolutely nothing positive, and I don't even care that we play well against Lazio, because that's one game or one half against Udinese. Like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's match day 5, and you already lost a game against really poor sides. I don't care what people say about Sassuolo and Bologna. They're poor sides. You should not struggle against like this against those type of teams. There's no excuse whatsoever. But we will go into it. So like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Okay, I'm not gonna really go into the players, because I want to keep that for the player ratings. But it's obvious that, like, I think Alexandro would have been the best player on that pitch today if he played at the back, because that was just embarrassing at the back. All three of them just shocking, poor. Like, that's the type of game you expect defenders of Sassuolo to have. A backline of Sassuolo to have against a top team. It happened the other way around today. It was just shocking. It started from the get go. The first 8 minutes, I was like, okay, fine, I get it. Get into the game, and then again, I don't want to go in too much into players, but I'll keep that for the ratings. But if you can see the goal like that, fine, heads go down. I get it. You react really quickly. I was like, okay, that's one positive thing this season. We tend to have a reaction, which is good, and we had that, and I was like, fine. But other than that, that game was poor. We created nothing. We created that Vlahovic chance. He missed that. I don't know how, but he was offside. If you see the replay, he was offside. So even if he scored, it wouldn't have counted. Other than that, we created absolutely nothing. And that's what I said last week. I said, if you watch the podcast with Julian, I said we're clinical. We're putting everything away, but we still do not create enough chances. It remains an issue, because at the end of the day, we're still heavily relying on Chiesa to make it happen. That's what we do. And again, it's tough, because I don't want to go into in the players, but like, besides Chiesa, I cannot say any positive things about anyone on that pitch today, because they were all poor. Some the same as always, some worse than always, and some things I will keep saying about certain players, and they prove me right again today. It's just not good enough. And the start of the game, I was like, fine, the same lineup, I get it. First time after, I don't know, 112 games, okay, I get it. He made the subs at halftime. Kostic wasn't playing well. Miretti wasn't playing well. Why is Miretti always coming off when you have two others, and I will call it out, donkeys out there today, doing the same crap what they have been doing for a very long time, and they can play on every single week? Why does it need to be the 20-year-old? Why are you telling him you get 45 minutes? If it's not good enough, you're done. But when he goes on the bench and he looks at the other two in midfield, he's like, this is not fair. And this is not about subbing Miretti, because if Fagioli came on, I'm fine. It's just that there's always Miretti, and it's not one of the other twos who are as poor. That's unfair in my opinion. You bring in Junior, you switch it to the right. Not sure what that was all about. Again, I didn't really get it, in my opinion, but that's just me. And other than that, man, I don't even know. Like, I'm struggling to do this video because I'm just gonna repeat what I said last season. It's the same thing, and I'm not gonna drop my standards. By the way, this team is good enough to compete with Inter until April. April, they are. So I'm not gonna drop the standards. The standard is that it's up to Allegri and these players to reach that standards, and this far they're not doing that. And what I've seen today, what I've seen against Bologna, even at Empoli, outshines what I've seen the first half against Udinese and against Lazio. Because I said, find the Lazio game, but I'm not going to change my opinion based on one game. I need to see it consistently, and I haven't. I've been proven right again, and that's why I'm not all hyped up. And when people say, "Oh, you just give credit and don't mention the negative things," I do, because I know what's coming. I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen, and it happened today. Again, that doesn't mean I'm lowering my standards or my expectations. That's the expectation. Allegri can come out 10 times a day, and say, "Oh, we just need to get into top 4." That's bullshit. That's embarrassing that's been allowed by the club to be said every single presser. A serious club would have told Allegri, "Shut up. Don't repeat that bullshit," because that's not true. If you watch Milan play today, you're not going to tell me that Milan side is much better than this Juve side. They're not. They're not, quality-wise. So there's no excuse. I'm not going to drop the standards. That's what expectations are. But that today was embarrassing. And it's just the same as last season. Like, nothing changed one bit. You have good moments and you have extremely bad moments. And with bad moments, I mean embarrassing moments, because this is embarrassing. The own goals, the way we can see goals, you can see 4 goals from Lazio. 2, I cannot even explain. But I don't want to make it about, if Chesney didn't make that mistake, we wouldn't have lost that game. Who knows? Are you like, where's the proof? Because we equalized like a couple of minutes after, so it's all good, and we still put out that performance. So that's not the case. It's just bad. And you can put it on individual mistakes, but if this happens for 2-3 years now, it's not about individuals anymore. It isn't. Like, something is just not working. Something is not getting to these players' mind. Like, I can make a 10-minute video about Chesney being absolutely dog shit today. I can do that. But I also can make a 10-minute video on another player and another player. And I can do that last season and on the previous season. And it's every time a single player, singling the players out. But at the end of the day, the result is the same thing. As a team, as a whole, that was shocking. That was absolutely shocking. And the funny thing is, or like the sad thing is, I'm not even surprised. I'm not sitting here and be like, "Oh my God, what just happened? That came out of nowhere." I'm not. Like, I'm absolutely not. And that's the bad thing. That's the worrying thing, because I expect these things to happen. I expect us to struggle big time against Lecce at home. I do. I absolutely do. But it is what it is, I guess. This is the type of season we're going to have. Again, standards, not going to drop. I set the goal. If you don't reach that, that's up to them. But, man, match day 5, you already dropped 5 points against Bologna and Sassuolo. I don't even know how to describe that, but it is what it is. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will talk about the players and the player ratings individually, so stay tuned for that, and I will be live tomorrow for a post game as usual. And yeah, thanks for watching, I guess. See you. Ciao.